Hey, this is Josh with the US Coins Guide, and I've got a question for you. If there were a Lincoln cent out there worth not 500 bucks, not $100, but say $50, would you be looking for it in pocket change? Well, I'll tell you what, I most certainly would, and I most certainly do, because there are many such Lincoln cents out there worth 25, 35 bucks, including the 1970s small date Lincoln cent. This is a very important variety that kind of goes under the radar with a lot of collectors because they either don't know about it or because it's not worth enough to make like a big hype-inducing video about it on YouTube. But I love these kinds of varieties because they are out there, they're valuable, and they're important. And if you're a Lincoln Cent series enthusiast like I am, you have to have this coin to have a complete Lincoln Cent collection. Now I'll tell you all about this coin right now. Of all the major Lincoln Cent varieties out there, I think the 1970s small date is probably the most underrated of them all. Why is that? Well, my theory is that it's not a coin that tends to garner the headlines, especially when it comes to like clickbait articles or YouTube videos. It's not worth $1,000 in any grade like a lot of other Lincoln Cent varieties are, like the 1955 double die Lincoln Cent. Yet it's a coin well worth looking for. It's worth a lot more than face value. And as you see here in my Dansco album, it ranks its own portal, right? So we have here a couple of different 1970s pennies. We've got the small date right here, which is the variety I'm talking about in this video, and the large date, which is far more common. Important, yes, you have to have it to fill a slot, but it's not as rare and valuable as 1970s small date. So how do you tell the two apart? Well, I've got here my trusty Red Book Guide to Lincoln Cents, the official Red Book, a guidebook of Lincoln Cents by Q. David Bowers, forward by Charles D. Daughtry. I've had this book for probably almost 20 years and have used it quite a bit in my collecting experience. You see here these two close-ups, and the question often comes down to where is the 7 on 1970s penny? Well, if you've got the small date, you see here that the tops of the date numerals 1 and 9 and 7 and 0 all line up in the same invisible plane. In fact, I've got here a ruler. You'll see that more or less the tops of the date numerals all align, right, against the base of the ruler. Whereas on the large date, check this out. Look at the 7. It is well below the top of the 9 and top of the 0. So yes, where the 7 is in the date really helps to answer the question if you have a large date or a small date. Now, I want to know, please, in the comments below if you have either one of these two types of 1970s pennies. However, there's a second important diagnostic I'm going to get into here that will help you determine if you've got the small date or the large date. And it's very visible here, and it comes down to looking at the legend Liberty on the coin. So I've got here a large date 1970s penny and a small date. Now these are actually proof examples, and you can find the small date in both business strike and proof versions. I'm on ha.com here, the website for heritage auctions. Check out the legend Liberty on the small date. I'm going to pull it up here so you can see it better. Okay, so let's try it again. Okay, check this out. Note that on the small date, the legend Liberty looks kind of mushy, kind of soft, right? Like the letters are there, obviously, but like the B and E and R especially, even the T, look at the left side of the T, look kind of soft and mushy, right? Well, let's go ahead and look at the large date. Pull this up right here and look at this. All right, let's go ahead and enlarge this photo. See how strong and bold Liberty appears on the large date? And that's the case for any small date or large date. On the 1970s large dates, Liberty is strong and bold, and on the small dates, not so much. Again, I'm going to pull up so you can see what I'm talking about here. I'm going to enlarge this picture, and come on, Josh, you can do this. If you're tech savvy-ish. See that? The B and E and R and T just are not as strong as the Y and the L, and not nearly as strong as on the large date. Now, value. You know, 1970s small date pennies are not the most valuable Lincoln cents out there, but they are worth something more than face value. I mean, a lot more than face value. Even if you find a well-worn 1970s small date in your pocket change, it's worth $10 to $15, $25 in the better circulated grades, and $50, 50 and up in mint state condition. And you see here, as we pour through the Heritage Auctions archives of small dates, we'll go through here. You can see a lot of the proofs, obviously. But look at the 1970s small date in MS66 red. $575. That's the price it sold for back in 2005, over 20 years ago. Let's go through some more recent auction prices here. Hang on a second. I'm going to pull up the, we're here on the most relevant search results. Let's filter out from date of auction. Hang on a second. We're on best match. Let's look at most recent sales. And we see here, let's see, 1970s small date. That's proofs. That's a proof. Got a lot of proofs going on here. I guess that's the hottest item right now in the auction circles, right? Let's see here. Okay. Here we go. And here's a small date. Sold for $139. Not too shabby. That's in MS66 Plus red. It's a nice gem mint state grade there. We've got here the small date. MS66 red, $139, you know, look at that. So you see that these coins are worth, you know, not worth thousands of dollars necessarily, but they're worth hundreds in better mint state grades and worth a lot more than face value in worn grades. So. And there you have it. The 1970s small date Lincoln penny is a coin well worth looking for. And again, the two key details are to make sure that the tops of the date numerals in the date, there's a close up right there. Can you see it? I hope you can. There we go. The tops of the numerals 1, 9, 7, and 0 must all line up on the same invisible plane across the tops of the date. And the legend Liberty looks kind of soft or mushy on the 1970s small date. So just some key points to keep in mind. Let me know in the comments below if you've come across the 1970s small date in pocket change, looking through rolls or boxes or in other circulation channels, or if you've come across other similar kind of really cool Lincoln varieties. There are so many out there. But again, drop a comment below if you have any questions about this coin or you found one. Don't forget, we've got the YouTube community where you can post photos of your coins. I'm more than happy to try and help you identify what you have that way. And check out our many articles about 1970s small date Lincoln cents and other cool varieties on coins.thefuntimesguide.com and uscoinsguide.com. So again, this is Josh with the US Coins Guide, thanking you for your time and wishing you happy collecting.